Welcome back to Locked On Barnegat. I'm Tyler with my partner in crime, Ethan, by my side, and today we are going to bring you the season preview for the Barnegat Girls Soccer team, and they have talent stacked across the roster from the forwards to the goalies, but a team's success is built on composure and confidence, and if you want to have a successful season, you have to be prepared for the road ahead. So let's take a look at some of the teams our ladies will have to take on this season. So the head coach of the Barnegat Girls Soccer team this year is Rick Blasi. This is his 9th year as head coach. Last year, we went 12-10 with a quarterfinal exit in Group 2 of the South Jersey playoffs to Seneca. And let's take a look at a few of our key games this year. Home opener this year, August 24th against Southern, obviously one of our rivals. They went 13-8-1 last year. September 17th, we head up to Toms River East. They went 14-8. September 29th, we head to Manalapan. This is one of the bigger games on our schedule. They went 20-1 last year. They were an absolute powerhouse. If we win that game, I'm going to be honest, I would be shocked. But never say never. You just got to believe. The Shore Conference Tournament begins on October 13th, goes through the 26th, along with the Coaches Cup. And October 29th, we host Ocean Township. They went 6-15-1, but they beat us 3-0 in the Coaches Cup last year. And this is the first game before the state playoffs. And like I brought up earlier, composure and confidence are the keys, especially with soccer. It's an enduring game. You play for a while. That's going to be one of the bigger games. I'm big on composure. You need to be a sharp team going into playoffs especially. So I'm going to hand it over to Ethan for a few key players. Ethan, the stage is yours, my friend.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of key players written down, especially because in high school soccer, stats are hard to come by. However, I want to go over our offensive and defensive MVPs. Starting off with Jayla Duff. She is a senior striker coming off of a fantastic junior campaign last year, racking up 23 goals, 13 assists in 24 games. She was 4th in the Shore Conference in points and 5th in goals and assists, and she is also committed to play Division II soccer at Thomas Jefferson University. Then going over to our defensive MVP, we have Ella Tortorici, a senior goalie who in 21 games last year had 185 saves, which is roughly an average of 9 saves per game. She has an 800 save percentage last year, including racking up 6 shutouts.
I'm going to bring up Ella Tortorici here too. 185 saves in 21 games you brought up was around 9 saves per game. If you put that into pro soccer, especially with the World Cup just happening, I mean, what was the most we saw? I believe the World Cup final, Argentina's goalie had 11 in a game that the shots were like 20-2. So an average of 9 saves per game is ridiculous, but that also shows that maybe there's too much pressure and the defense needs to kind of step up a little bit.
Yeah, Tyler, I definitely have to agree, especially because we need more players to step up after we had a ton of graduating seniors last year, which I would like to get into for a short moment. Starting off, we have Kylie Grant. She was a big piece to our offense last year, racking up 10 goals and 4 assists, so she will be a very big miss to this team. Next up, we have Layla Turchi. She was also a very big forward to our offense last year, racking up 7 goals and 1 assist. She will be also very missed. And finally, we have Elizabeth Medina. She was a very key defensive player on our team last year. She did only rack up 1 goal and 1 assist, but like I said before, she was a defensive monster for Barnegat, an addition that we definitely are going to miss. So, we did have a lot of graduating seniors, however, the future still looks bright for this Barnegat team.
So now let's take a look at the full schedule for this season. Kicking things off with the home opener, August 24th against Southern. We brought that one up earlier as one of our key games. Thursday, August 27th versus Toms River South at 9 a.m. August 31st, home against Cedar Creek at 3:45. Thursday, September 3rd, at Brick Memorial at 6 p.m. Wednesday, September 9th, at Point Beach at 4 p.m. Tuesday, September 15th, we host Jackson Township at 3:45 p.m. Thursday, September 17th, we head up to Toms River East. Saturday, September 19th, we head to Freehold Borough. Monday the 21st and Tuesday the 22nd, we have a home-and-home against Pinelands. We begin home at 3:45 on Monday the 21st. Tuesday, we had 2 Pinelands at 4 p.m. Then the next day, 3 games in a row. Wow, this is a tough part of the schedule. We head up to Toms River North. That is a 3:45 game. Saturday, the 26th, we head to New Egypt for a 10 a.m. game. Tuesday, the 29th, at Manalapan. This is one of the biggest games of the season. This is probably going to end up being a loss, unfortunately. 4 p.m., a team that went 20-1. What are you going to do about it? Thursday, October 1st, Manchester comes to town, 3:45 p.m. Tuesday, October 6th, Long Branch at 4 p.m. That is a straight copy of the Tulane mascot. That is a very interesting mascot. I've never seen that before. Very interesting. Friday, October 9th, we go to Mondon at 4 p.m. Monday, October 12th, versus Brick Township. This is where the Shore Conference Tournament and the Coaches Cup is between the 13th and the 26th. Tuesday, the 27th, at Homedale at 4 p.m. And the final game of the regular season is home against Ocean Township at 3:45 p.m. Then, state playoffs, obviously. Let's do a couple projections for the season now. Ethan, I'm going to hand it to you. Let's see. What do you think, based on our schedule, what do you think a floor and a ceiling would be this year?
Yeah, this year is going to be very interesting for the girls. I see them, no matter what, for my floor and ceiling, they'll win at least one Shore Conference tournament game, but they'll lose in the next round. For my floor, I see them going 12-11 and getting knocked out in the quarterfinal rounds of the state playoffs. For my ceiling, I have them going 15-9, getting knocked out in the semifinals of the state playoffs. This team has some very solid features to it, and I think if they execute on all cylinders, this team can go far.
When people bring up ceilings and floors on sports you don't really know, you haven't really watched, some people may say that the floor is you lose every game, the ceiling is you win every game and you win the state championship. Personally, I do not know much about this team. I am just learning about it as we look at stuff up. But I kind of agree with him here, looking at some of the schedules and the records. Some of these teams are not good. I mean, there was one team that we were looking at when we were trying to find our key games that went like 2-15-1. Those are some games. Who was it?
Pinelands.
Oh boy. Pinelands. We're going to have some fun with that one, especially because we have them on a back-to-back. But yeah, this team should end up being pretty good. I'm just going to edit my ceiling a little bit. I'm going to say our ceiling's 16-8. But I do believe our floor is going to be around 500 because players like Jayla Duff and Ella Tortorici, you really can't go below 500 with people like that, especially with Jayla Duff. She's just a very good player in the conference. And Tortorici, 9 saves a game is just ridiculous. So that is going to wrap it up for today. My name is Tyler Bjorkman. Co-host is Ethan Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week.